subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for all updates.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sneha Banerjee and today I'm going to talk about the book Jasmine Days by Benyamin, and this book is translated by Shehnaz Habib. So this book is one of those books that I wanted to read for the longest of time, and in fact in 2018 I just so wanted to read this book, but somehow I couldn't. So this book was on my priority list for this year, and finally I read this book and I just couldn't wait any longer. I completed reading this book yesterday and today I'm making this video since I just couldn't stop for even one day. So yeah, now without any further delay, let's get started. So now coming back to the plot of the book, the protagonist of the book is Sameera Parveen. She is a Pakistani girl and most of her family lives in this city. Now which country, which city, it is not revealed in the entire book. So it is up to you what you want to imagine. And I think that it is better that way because it just completely bereft the book from any controversy. But it deals with some of the most controversial topics in itself. So I think it was better from the author's side to not reveal which city and which country the story is actually coming from. So you do not go on Google and start checking it and then form your own opinions. So it becomes completely fictional for you, and I think that adds to the experience of it. I completely liked this decision of not revealing the city and country. Now Sameera Parveen had this talent of talking and she was really good at it. So she got this job of being a radio jockey in that city, and her Taya helps her to get that job. So now after getting the job, she shifts to the city permanently in her Taya's house where she lives with her Baba now, and she never really got an opportunity to live with her Baba before because she used to live with her mother in Pakistan and she didn't know much about her Baba. And I think the relationship that they form eventually after all these years was so endearing, and it was really beautiful to see that how sometimes distance creates this huge gap between people that they think can never be bridged, but eventually when they start living together, when they start knowing each other, that gap somehow fills. Now in the city, revolution breaks out and it's on the verge of having a war, and there are protesters all around. Now Sameera's character is very neutral. She has this quality and personality from which she can perceive everyone from a very neutral background, and I think that is one of the greatest thing about the protagonist of the book. This book deals with such sensitive issues, but the protagonist is so neutral and her background is also so neutral that she is able to see beyond what is presented on the platter by the news media and by the government. That also tells us not to believe everything that we see. And after reading the book, I actually got to understand how there are different perspectives to a particular news, and even if we are missing out on one particular perspective, the entire thing becomes a rumor in itself because media shows one perspective, or sometimes even that perspective is fake. Her character is so strong. To be very honest, I always had this opinion about Arab women or women living in Arab that they are not people who can come up with opinions, that they can even talk in front of men. But this book completely changed my perspective. Now I see them as women who have opinions, who have the guts to come out and talk to others. And to be very honest, this was really fresh for me. This was a really new perspective. And one of the most amazing things that I found about the book is the women characters. All these women characters have such great substance to them, and Sameera's character is so amazing. Like, I have not really read any woman character as amazing as Sameera, and I really don't think I have read someone like that. Like, she is so courageous, she is so rebellious. Like, she will just not sit in her room and wait for everything to happen. She will not sit and let others save her. She will not just sit and let others take her decisions, and that is something that is so unprecedented. To be very honest, I just loved her. At some moments, I thought that she was even being a fool. Like, the decisions that she was taking, they were too courageous for me to handle. And I got to learn so much from this book. Firstly, all those revolutions that has happened before, and then I also got to know about Riyad al-Turk, who is also known as the Nelson Mandela of Syria. And I will suggest you that if you want to read this book, then do go on Google and read a little about the Arab Spring. Then you will be able to grasp the book in a more precise way, because Arab Spring is the basic backdrop of the book. Because from that time these different protesters and rebels actually grew, and they fought against the dictatorship government, from which a lot of different dictators also got sued and killed. You must have already heard a lot of news from Libya, Yemen, and all of those places. And I think people need to read this book in our country, especially because we talk about war very loosely, we talk about revolution and protest very loosely, but we don't know the repercussions of it. We don't know what consequences we will have to suffer, and those sufferings are not just for today, they are going to last our whole entire generation, and it will take an eternity to get out of it. So it's very easy to say that we want war and that we need to do something about some things, but it's better that civilians stay as civilians. If civilians become rebels, then it will be really difficult for a country to function, and I think we don't really want that. We need to make our economy stronger day by day, because that is the most important thing that we need right now. We need soft power and not weapons right now. So I know I couldn't really reveal a lot about the plot of the book, because I cannot. It is very sensitive, and then it will be full of spoilers as well, and I don't want to do that. This book is more about learning a lot of stuff. This is about presenting the truth in front of you in the most raw manner, and I think that is really amazing. So Jasmine Days is a recommendation from my side. Like, please do read this book. So the author has done such a great job. So there is this sentence written at the back of the cover, and it's written that Benyamin is a reader's writer, and I couldn't agree more. He truly is a reader's writer. He understands what the reader really needs to understand, and then he writes in that way. Also, the translation by Shehnaz Habib is to die for. It's so simple, so flowy, so lucid, and it couldn't have gotten any better. Even a beginner can read it, because the language is so easy. It is so easy that anyone can read it. Alright, so that was all for today, and if you liked my video, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video, since I post new videos every week. And I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.